by tradition.
Hold
And that
tight.
is hold tight the 3-point collectors.
Next thing, Tottenham are whipping boys for Liverpool. You lot ain't beat us in how long? So look at your face. So when I
I'm about to run.
they forget about when the council is going to take the fridge.
Oh, for real? When there was a little car park out front. Let's talk about sex, baby.
Let's hold
Liverpool. And as much as we can talk about Mane is a good player, Salah's a good player, they're just not the X factor, bro. Don't forget about it.
Hey, listen, welcome back to another episode of Who's That Camera On?
Hey.
Man said production's just doing anything. Oh my gosh, welcome back to another episode of Stoppage Time TV. Live in the flesh, live and direct to the effects. You already know what time it is. Culture Cams, FDD, myself, Murder Mace. We're in the building. You already know what time it is.
This is a new edition, yeah, for the season, yeah?
Well, listen.
What you saying? Mace is bumping Fivio, bro. I don't know if he's gonna run with that. I'm still. Yo, man said Murder Mace, you know.
That's
I'm glad you snuck.
That's an old alias. That's an old alias. That was an old alias.
Oh, I love it.
You already know what to do. Like, share, subscribe, notifications on. Listen, make sure you do that before we get into the show. Comments as well. Let us know what you want to hear and all that type of stuff. But forget about all of that for a second. You already know what time it is. Without further ado, hold tight the 3-point collectors in the building.
Yes!
Come on,
We've
clap
arrived.
There we go.
Like, share, make sure, you know what I
Hold
mean?
tight the participants wherever you are. Hold tight. Oh, no, first and foremost, hold tight the teams that were getting donked on. Yeesh. Damn. Hold tight the teams that, what was it, 0-2 and 1? 0-2 and 1.
Yeah, that's 0-2-08.
No, you wanted to say 0-1-2-1.
Oh, 0-1-2-1.
This guy's done. That's how I know you're well travelled.
I'm baffled what's going on right now. I'm like, are we calling phone numbers, area code? What is this?
All you know is SW and what? FE?
That's it. N17.
Oh, man. But listen, without further ado, let's go into it. Manchester United 2, Liverpool 1. As you know, this is coming out a day later because we had to make sure that we get in this game.
Come on, we need
And
an
it delivered.
ovation. We
And
deserve
it
an
delivered.
ovation.
And it delivered.
Yeah, everybody, boys and girls at home. You.
BGB.
You.
Get off your feet. Get off.
We back.
Put the word out. We coming.
Hey! That'll kill me.
Man said, BGB. We back.
Hey, I'm joking.
Oh,
Man.
talk to us, bruv. That is
It's
one of
first
the
and
most
foremost, yeah.
unexpected
I would-
results, I would say.
I don't know if it's unexpected. Like, it's one of those
For
games where when you look at the sort of the tail of a season, you know, when it's like, it's one of those games that, and this is the question I want to ask you, can that be the turning point for Manchester United? Based on what you saw from that performance, what you think is coming with signings potentially, can that be the turning point where, I'm not saying United are going to be great again, but United finally make strides to be where they want to be? Because you can talk into it, but just to set the context, Maguire gets taken out, no Ronaldo, no Luke Shaw, just a lot of the sort of like people that we were saying that are the sort of epitome of what Surrey United have been, were taken out, and we saw great performances today. Can this be a moment that it starts moving in the right direction?
Bro, if at any moment your manager wants to get fans on side and get his players on side, it's by making big calls. But at the start of the game, I said I need to see a big statement from Ten Hag with his lineup, because all week you've been using the word unacceptable. So I need to see some people be held accountable. Do you know what I mean? So there was the talks about Maguire not starting. I was like, okay, maybe he's always never really had a big love for Maguire, because I'll be honest, Maguire's not even been our worst player. So for this to be the time that he getting dropped is very interesting. But today he said Varane needs to be there because of mobility and agility I need in my defense. And in pre-season, when Martinez and Varane played with each other, he said this is a fantastic partnership. They complement each other so well. So with these decisions, bro, Maguire, that's the captain of the club at the end of the day. Luke Shaw, that's a stalwart of the club at the moment. Cristiano Ronaldo, the greatest scorer of all time. When you take out players like that, and then you bring in Elanga, you bring in Rashford up top, and it works out. Malacia, Varane, that is what gets everyone behind you. Because before the game, people will be saying, why is Ronaldo not playing? He took out Fred. Why is McTominay playing? But you know, Jose Mourinho was the best at this, bro. Jose Mourinho, when something's not going right, star man, sit down. Do you know what I mean? Well, look what happened with Juan Mata. Brother, no, I want Oscar here, and we're going to get the results, and you're going to have to believe it. So, Ten Hag, congratulations to him today, because that was a big cause, and he got it right. And not only did he get it right in terms of Manchester United scraped it. Okay, in the end, it started getting nervy towards the last 15. The first half performance, the first 60, 70 minutes of Manchester United performance was excellent, bro. Pressing, aggression, and do you know where it stemmed from? That aggression and pressing is stemmed from, not pressing, but the aggression stemmed from Martinez. It stemmed from Varane. It stemmed from Malacia. The players that he stuck by or brought in. Yeah. So that was what was so good about it. And then Bruno, again, he didn't score. He gets this, I don't even know, but his pressing was fantastic. It was so much more organized. And honestly, yeah, like, that is going back to the question that you asked. It is the type of performance where now you look next week. Let's get some signings in. It's not over. Don't now take the foot off the gas. Get some signings in and let back this man and let him coach. Let him get some players, because one thing you can't do is trust these guys. Now, I'm not going to sit here and now say, hold on, top 4 charge. No, get some more players in and let's see what we can do. But honestly, everyone today in the first 11 anyway delivered today, bro. Fantastic performance.
So on the point that you mentioned about the fullbacks, because Dallo on the other side as well did his thing.
Dallo, excellent. Excellent today.
What I liked is, of course, it's one of those games where it's a big game, but there was a level of intensity that you haven't typically seen with United. You know, when it was the Brentford game, it was like, these players are not even trying. It was like they were up for it. I think you tweeted that Martinez was moving like a dog.
Bro, I said, you know, when you say like release the hounds, that's the dog at the front of the pack. You know, there's always the one with the red eye.
Yeah.
That was Lisandro today. I always say in games like this where it's a big derby fixture almost, and there's a lot on the line, especially when you know Liverpool are coming into it off the back of 2 draws. They're there to be got at. If you set the tempo in the first 10 to 15 minutes, and that's what United did. United didn't dominate possession, didn't create chances. It was that first 10 to 15 minutes where they said, every touch you have, every second ball bounce, we are going to be blood and thunder in everything. And that was from guys like Dallo, Malacia,
Rashford,
Lisandro,
Elanga was getting the better of Trent.
They were all setting the tempo. And I think when, as a team, you start to do that, it's like, all right, let's see this to 20. Okay, let's see this to half time.
How do you get the fans behind you the most? What were we just saying before off air? Yeah. What were we just saying off air about Richarlison? When he plays, he's going to be that one that gets the fans just by running, just by working. And bro, that Old Trafford lately has been quiet. It's been depressing. But as soon as 5-minute wave, okay, cool. Now it's 10-minute wave. At 15, the fans are going to start gearing you. Now you want to run, bro. And you want to do it. And that's what happened,
And when the goals come at key times as well, because I think it's all well and good seeing that effort, but then you start to get nervous. I think the fact that Sancho then chops a man. True. Milner doing a full... Can you dig it, you sucker? Unprovoked. I said,
no, it's not.
At 37, though.
the man behind him should have been doing
felt like at his experience, you don't dive in like that.
No, but Milner's trying to cover all bases, bro. Like he's watching his leading centre half defend like this, bro.
Milner never played in the cages.
The way he was getting into him today as well.
Needed. We'll
get into that.
Bro, the light skin face.
You set the tempo early, goals coming at the key time, and then it was like, I just thought the energy you lot had today matched the derby energy. And I say sometimes in these types of games, it can be. It don't have to be tactics. It don't have to be the best players on. mentality can win you. Trust me, I've been in many a North London derbies where we've caved in the first 10, 15 minutes. You don't recover from that. And that's what happened today. I felt like even when they got the goal, that's what I said to you. I said, this last 10 minutes now, we'll see the mental strength of this team.
What they're about.
And then they still could have even got another one at the other end.
Ten Hag started doing subs.
Yeah.
He started slowing down
pressure.
Bruno.
Yeah.
Shithousery of the week for that. I'll give you that. Even on a booking, shithousery of the week. I respect that after the
Corner
goal.
flag wasting.
Do you know what I mean? And that is what you can see. And do you know what? In hindsight, it's crazy because in hindsight now, a derby was the best time for this game to happen, bro. It's such a weird because
Form
you see Liverpool and think 4-5-0 is gonna happen, but now when you look at it and the fact that we came up the other side, you're like, this is the best time to get the derby. Do you know what I mean? When our backs are against the wall and you have to get a reaction, what a better way than the fans were outside the stadium already pissed and hungry after protesting for the Glazers, come inside. The players matched that energy.
Some
bro.
people are calling this Glazer Out United.
Oh my God.
Glazer Out United. They turn up, boy. Every time there's a Glazer Out march, United go firing.
On the fan thing, we'll talk about Newcastle later, but it was similar with their fans. You know, sometimes, especially like these clubs here, that there's a lot of heritage and there's been like hardships.
Yeah.
You just need to do something that the fans go, you know what? I'm ready for it. And I feel like United's performance today, unlike many of their performances in recent history, was that. But ultimately, on the flip side, we have to discuss Liverpool because, as production said,
before we move on to that, though, I
need
want
to highlight some individual performances.
Yeah, some
Go
of
on
the
then,
other
'cause I'm just
individual
thinking of
players. I think Malacia had his first Premier League start. And I think before the game, they were saying Gauntlet of Fire. You got Mo Salah. You got Trent there. Bruv, he's going to get cooked today. He
he
said,
did his thing.
bring me Egyptian salad first half. Bring me the couscous in the second half. I'm eating good today. Comfortable. Whole game. As I said,
hummus.
Bring all the
Hummus,
extras.
bro.
Olive. Whatever.
The tea,
Brother,
the mint tea.
Malacia was eating good, and he looks like Luke Shaw. I don't want to see that again.
Listen,
When I
Maguire.
see performance like that, you see, like last
Shaw.
season, I felt like when Tellez came in, you saw technical ability, but that
Not enough
aggression,
athleticism, not
that
enough
dynamism,
aggression.
the pace.
Nah, yeah.
I feel like Malacia's built for the Premier League almost. It's like I think if he adapts well, you could have a serious
We
player
were
that
saying
almost
it's
everyone
about-
like, dare I
yeah,
say.
it's
I know
about
it's early.
adapting to that half a yard.
I mean,
Trust me,
Everett's
I was watching
first
him
couple
last year.
games were horrific, so...
It's about with the Premier
lost
League,
what final.
and we've seen it in a few places. But it's about adapting to that half a yard where it's that little shimmy movement that can get you caught out.
Yeah.
And then if you're not aware about it, you have to recover. Once you adapt to that and you defend well, it's just do the basics.
Yeah.
Do the basics and fundamentals, and then you can grow. I guess
Bro.
Southampton's a nice team to play next. It's about it's not a derby game, but can you play with that same fire? And ultimately, what is
Do you know who was watching in the rafters today? You're talking about fire. Do you know who was watching in the rafters today?
Who?
Casemiro.
Ooh, I was about to say the next man up who I think deserves praise, bro. Scotty.
No,
McTotti.
wait.
We're gonna get to him.
Wait, yeah, we will get to him. Yeah, but Casemiro was watching in the stands today. That bro, he's gonna go home and do something crazy because that fired him up. Trust me. You see, he's like, this is my league. Yeah, they didn't want this in Spain. Yeah, I'm allowed to do this. Yeah,
man was probably
this is football, bro.
man was at his age. He's like,
Hey.
Yeah, it is. He's like, the ref played on. The ref played on with that one.
I like this. I can eat out
Honestly.
here.
Someone said nobody fell off the punch.
Yeah.
No, honestly, McTominay, he did have good performance. Inception as well.
Bro,
in the first half.
quality
You know, I'm not
performance today,
McTominay's
man.
biggest fan at all, but
But I thought in this type of game one, his qualities are going to be needed.
He knows what.
And
he
then
knows
also,
what
I
needs
think
to
when a
know.
signing like Casemiro comes in, you know, it's got to raise the levels a little bit now. Because I know he heard Casemiro saying, hey, I play with Fred at International. And
did
it's
you
all
see
nice
at
over
the
there.
start of the game, they made Casemiro and Roy Keane shake hands. And he's like, I'm successful. He's like, I'm your successor.
He didn't care about
Hey,
who were close.
I love
He's like,
moments
I'm
like
your
that,
successor.
man. But it better turn out right.
Yeah, boy, yeah, really needed to. But
that
honestly,
picture's coming back.
No Schweinsteiger thing, but
bro, but hey, the Schweinsteiger didn't get no love from no one. No one turned up, bro. No one turned up to his thing, right? But anyway, but also we got to talk about obviously because he's been in the news a lot as well. Well, first Sancho, great goal by the way. But we can go into so many players. Rashford as well, bro. I've always said I feel like Rashford is best when he just run off the last man and be a nuisance. I said in a similar way to a Jamie Vardy type thing, like Be a nuisance. You're
Crash the
fast.
box.
You're rapid. Be a problem. And that's what he did especially in the first half. But we have to talk about Martinez, bro. He's been in the news for all the wrong reasons, of course, because of his height. Because to be fair, he played against Welbeck. He played against Ivan Toney, 2 strikers who give it to me long and we'll cook. Yeah. So it was tough for him. I wouldn't say he was necessarily the one getting. Yeah, I wouldn't say he was the one necessarily losing all the headers, but it stems from, they looking at him, target second balls, blah, 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 blah. But today, excellent, bro. On the ball, tackling, the energy he was giving, the aggression, the reading of the game. He won his aerial duels as well. Bro, today was fantastic. And again, this is the type of games that, like, make fans have more time for you, bro. Diego Forlan was a Manchester United flop. He's got 2 goals against Liverpool, and he's a hero. He's forever our cult hero, bro. That is what
I always remember that as well. Is United fans didn't mind Forlan because
he's
of
a cult hero.
Goals.
That is exactly what
Origi style.
Yeah,
Liverpool.
exactly. And bro, honestly, that is what he needed. But last thing on the Man United, because I know you want to move on. Maguire and Shaw, it's been real. That's all I need to say. That's all I need to say. It's been real.
This kind of works because again, I always go back to Leicester interview did, because the insight that a former pro gives is sick. When he was saying it's all about the right partner for said person, and I feel like the Varane and Martinez, as you said with preseason, the right partners for each other. You said yin and yang. It's like, okay, they complement each other, and I feel like sometimes when you're picking your best 11, it's not about picking, the profile captain. It's about who works well with each other and how can we build a team. And I feel like the squad selection back then today was that. On the flip side, I saw a midfield of Henderson and Milner with Fabinho on the bench.
Not fully fit from what I'm aware, but in my opinion, I feel like in a game like this, half fit, fully fit, you throw them in, because I felt like a lot of Liverpool's game today broke down in that midfield.
And I've got to say,
pinball machine ricocheting going on.
Yeah, it's not it. We've got to get to production. Production did say, I don't think we were skeptical about it, but he did say it. He said, have City and Liverpool gone backwards. You didn't say regress, he said have they gone backwards. And if you look at Liverpool's...
He was inclining to...
Yeah, he was inclining to regression. And if you look at how Liverpool started and look at their squad... and
0 wins.
No signings.
Get your wins up, man.
This is bad.
Get your wins up. They're looking
bad.
broke over there, bro. Get your wins up.
Hey, you good over there?
You good over there, bro?
The way I sum it up is, like Salah got his goal, but people are like, oh my gosh, they don't look great without Mane. The midfield is dire.
Bro,
VVD allegations are all-time high.
Say what we said.
We were talking, and we saying, if you had Henderson,
Milner and Elliott
starting at any other Premier League team, you'd be like, okay.
If Henderson,
Villa,
Milner and Elliott stepped up for Fulham this week, you'll be like, oh, you're going to get bossed today. You wouldn't be like, they are way above this level. You wouldn't be like, if you took away the badge, as I said, when I saw the lineup, I was like, the only reason why we should lose this game is because of the badge. It's because it's just giving respect to it. Yeah, it's just because giving respect, because I'm sorry, Henderson, Milner and Elliott, I think Elliott's a good player, they shouldn't be bossing no midfield. They shouldn't be bossing
more in the 10 minutes that he came on than any of them did throughout that game. But
Liverpool is
scary. Back to what I was saying though, the Robertson conversations are back again. Trent defensive conversations are back.
Bro, Trent, you can't keep being a target.
When you start adding all of this stuff up, you look at their team and you go, okay, where does it change? There's injuries. Thiago's out for a while. They look like they can't sign a midfielder. Is Keita supposed to come and change all of this? It's not looking good, bro.
You know what is, yeah?
It's
Liverpool.
Good,
this is Liverpool's. We thought it was going to come last. Well, I did. I put the tweet out. Yeah, I put a tweet out a season ago, before last season, and I put all their ages. And I was like, yo, it might get kind of peak for them. But then, okay, cool, they went on some quadruple charge. I was like, all right, I didn't see that coming. But this season, you look at it now, you can fully say it's a transition, because Mane's gone, who was an absolute key member. Firmino's washed up pretty much, like, compared to what he used to be. Let's be honest. Henderson is not what he used to be. Milner, even as a utility man, isn't what he used to be. Fabinho is absolutely struggling at the moment. I won't say he's done or anything like that. But VVD is not VVD of the past. This is 3 games in a row where VVD has looked shaky. Bro, you can't get away with this.
Arms behind the back as well. It's
Man defending like...
Man said he jockeys with his waist.
Bro,
said, Senorita.
You can't... Now people are looking at you like, bro, we'll just ras it, fam. Like, what you doing? Keep backing up, we'll ras it. So, no, honestly, what? You man are getting some dirty minds.
I'm gonna clip that.
You're getting clips like 5 times.
Yeah, because now you said clip.
No,
it's gonna happen now. Now you said it.
Do your magic.
But what was I saying? Nah, but in all honesty, yeah, this might be the moment for Liverpool where they have to look at it. And Klopp today, yesterday said, I want to sign a midfielder. That would be nice, but the board, we can't right now. So I'm actually looking at it like, are they even capable of transitioning this team smoothly? Because what do we praise Man City about? Transition.
One in, one out.
They're always ready. All right, even Real Madrid right now. Casemiro is left, but yeah, Tchouameni's there. You got, as you're just saying, but Man City. But with Liverpool, they ain't got the finances, or maybe they have, but maybe they're not willing to do it as easily as them.
I felt like last year we were starting to see some of the pieces. So, for example, like we were saying, all right, that crop is getting old. But I think FSG have now backed Klopp a little bit with Konate coming in.
You're right.
Thiago was meant to be the next one. Diaz when he came in. Darwin Núñez when he came. I think Diaz still finding that cutting edge final ball. He's still finding
He ain't
that.
a Mane.
Núñez, yeah.
As good as he is, he's not Mane.
He's got the trickery and everything, but that decisiveness he still needs to find it. Núñez not there today. Thiago not there today. Matip not there today. Where was Konate? I was thinking, because Gomez who came in, I thought was shocking as well. So I think that next crop,
injury worries.
yeah, but that next crop I don't think has fully taken over from what the others did. That's where the transition is. They even need to step up this season, because I thought this was probably their best year to win the title, with City having offloaded some of their depth. All right, now they can be got at. Let's go for it. And instead it's like, oh shit, no, we need a transition as well. It's like, you better get on it quick then.
You're right, but ultimately with those sort of things, it's like you need like the availability and be able to kickstart your season. I don't think there's anything worse than starting the season. It's like, oh, I ain't got the piece. If it's one player, it's right. For example, like Leeds, Bamford is so key. Rodrigo finally gets put up top. He's cooking. Okay, we can live with that. When it's like key components and you haven't even had that time to like bed in and stuff, it's like, ooh, this guy's getting gas because Rodrigo. But 2
seasons ago.
So I think that's what's going to harm them. And ultimately, we know how the Premier League's been in previous seasons, where you have to get those winning streaks in. So you look at the table now, it's like, we're 7 points off the pace already.
Only thing I will say
we've still got international break coming. We've still got World Cup coming. You're kind of like back against the wall. But sometimes it's like, let's just throw everything at it.
What I will say is that City haven't got that blistering start that they normally do as well. So it's like, that is the one kind of saving grace.
City don't blistering start.
City never really do, I know. But I still don't think, personally, I don't know if City will do what they've been doing the last couple of years this year. I think this year is going to be a bit of a transition period for them. That 95 plus point thing, I don't think is happening this season.
But when you say transition, though,
even
like,
90 there.
When you say transition,
I think it'll be like an 88.
When you say, I think this season, like a lot of teams up for it. I was saying earlier, like off camera, I think you look at every fixture now. I remember somebody brought Man United's fixture list, and I'm like, yeah, but what team was missing from this? The Premier's just hard now. Like I was seeing people saying it's tough for Everton away. I'm like, it's just the Premier League now. You know what I mean? Like every game is actually tough. So that's why you can't even be gassed that you got Southampton next. You actually don't know what's going to happen. But one thing I would say about Liverpool is we're talking about, bro, I put them to the, they can't win the league. I don't think.
Same.
I mean, you can't be, what are they? 7 points. They're 5 points behind City already, yeah? Is it 5? So they got 2 draws.
Yeah, they got 2 draws and a loss, and City have got.
They've got no wins yet. City have got 2 wins and 1 draw. Yeah, so they got 5 points behind City already, and the going hasn't even gotten tough yet, bro. You played against a limping Man United, Fulham, and Palace. Bro, I'm not going to start saying it's a top 4 fight or anything like that, but when you think the fact that Liverpool have lost the title against Man City by 1 point twice. You're 5 points off already, and City haven't even really got in their groove yet. Worrying times for Liverpool, boy. Worrying times.
Their next game is key, because
who they got?
Let's see. Because at the end of the day, they've conceded the first goal in 7 games. I remember when we were saying that, they're like give and take. The give and take ain't really giving and take at that moment. It's like,
Bournemouth at home.
So that's a game where if they should
get the confidence up, lads.
They should. Imagine if that goes for a draw or something.
Listen, Arsenal were doing champagne over
You're
the
thinking
weekend.
wrong.
Yeah, Bournemouth are gonna struggle
But
this season.
speaking of how every game in the Premier League is difficult, we have to address. We have to address.
I wanna ask some
Bowley's
We have to
Blues.
address. We have
Bowley's
to address
Blues.
Tuchel's Showtime Blues, Bowley's Blues. That was wild.
Boy.
And there's a few things I don't want to ramble on. I want to say kind of succinctly. There's a few things that stand out.
Succinctly hype.
Yeah. No, I just want to like cut to chase. We don't need to go like thing.
Succinctly hype.
Like,
I know that's the first time that
succinct.
word's been said on this one.
Succinct. It has to be succinct.
Hey, new
But-
entrant for the 2022
Yo,
season.
man. But there was,
Well.
for me, when I was looking at it again, there was a few things that were wrong for me. I get the Spurs game was great, you know, that worked. Spirits are high.
From
But
a
in the Premier
performance
League-
aspect, though, that tempo setter you felt like maybe.
What the
Spurs game.
It's like, okay, we know what we can do, but you have. This is we're saying, but this is the Premier League. For me personally, I know we have midfield injuries, but you're going against a team that have pressed the most this season. The person that has done the most individual presses is in that team. You know what's going to happen. You then put two of the least press-resistant players together.
Who's
In Gallagher for his first sort of Premier League start for Chelsea, and Jorginho, and think that it's not going to be like that. It's like, bro, why have we gone with that verse? And then what stood out for me even more than that was with Chelsea, when Tuchel came in, it was defense solid. We're never going to concede a goal. And sometimes when you play against a team like that, it's like, oh, we might never score a goal. Whereas other teams, it's like, oh, for instance, City's comeback, they're going to score at some point. With Chelsea, you kind of know that with how we play, we're not going to take our chances. So once you weather that storm, it's like, all right, cool. So what happened? We missed 2 chances. Offside goal doesn't go in. Stupid mistake. Oh yeah, they're not going to score. 2-0 at half time. They're not scoring 3 goals. It's calm.
We need to
They're
have
not
a
scoring 3 goals
conversation
goal.
about Mendy, though.
We need to have a few conversations. So that's one thing that definitely stood out.
It's
Teams
ever
know.
since he said, I should have been on the Ballon d'Or.
It's true. There's a trend.
Bro, they said, yeah, hold that. You know what I mean? Hold
What's saying what the goalkeeper Oliver Kahn that
Bro,
said?
allow it, man.
Chelsea.
We don't like black goalies. But yeah, it was just that performance against a team that presses. You don't take chances like that. That goal was stupid, but they caned us, boy. That performance, Jack Harrison, Rodrigo, Aronson, who I've
Rocker.
told-
Just
said
a
it.
marsh ball. Come on,
Yeah,
let's
bruv,
go.
them
I
man-
can't lie. Lasso's doing things.
Bro,
Mate.
Lasso's he's cooking.
Let me
He's
read
cooking.
something, please.
I called him
Let me
Michael
read
Scott on the
something.
weekend.
Let me read something because there's bigger pictures. Tuchel's last 13 games as CFC coach. Played 13, won 5, drawn 4, lost 4, scored 22, conceded 19. Points 19. So Chelsea are equally as bad defensively as they are going forward, you said. But this is bigger picture stuff now. Because at the end of this day, yeah, the last couple months of Chelsea have been bad. You lost 2 cup finals, right? Without score. Did you score in those cup finals? No. So you lost 2. So you lost 2 cup finals without scoring, and then let's be honest. If Spurs and Arsenal was not played in that particular moment, you guys were coming out of the top 4. Arsenal and Spurs were on it. You guys got so lucky. Spurs and Arsenal played at that point. You guys got a break that somebody had to kind of break each other's run there.
Because we did that
Yeah,
season
yeah.
before.
I'm just saying, you guys got lucky. So you scraped top 4 when it should have been comfortable. There's no Romelu Lukaku to blame anymore.
That's
Interview and stuff.
Got your window.
Chelsea are you get in the window. You might even get more Leao and Gordon. Who knows? By the time this comes out, you might have signed 3 players. But, he's getting his men in. He's still
Something has
targeting
to give,
Fofana.
man.
Something has to give because,
Something
bro,
has to
you
give.
watch Chelsea. And my problem with Tuchel at the moment is, I've already mentioned the attack thing. Every single week people retweet it. And so I'm like, yeah, well, I said it.
Message is clear.
Yeah, whatever. But let me, it's the misprofiling of the players.
So
Sorry, hold on. Wait, sorry, bro. Loftus-Cheek, right wing back.
Why?
First and foremost.
Why?
Reece James is easily Chelsea's most threatening player. Influential, most threatening player. Every time he's playing, even against Spurs, Loftus-Cheek, get out of here. Reece James went into the thingy and scored, right back and scored. Loftus-Cheek, right wing back. Loftus-Cheek must have a mad agent because he can't move. Because why would you play right wing back? It's not that deep to play for Chelsea, I'm sure.
You wanna
Come
play
on,
Rafinha
go and
right
play
wing
in
back.
your
Don't forget.
normal role. Mason Mount, yeah, because Chelsea fans don't talk about it because at the end of the season somehow he has 17 goals and assists. I like Mason Mount, but he's a number 8. Mason Mount should not be playing on the interior wing,
forward.
whatever it is. should not be playing there. The misprofiling that he did of Conor Gallagher that game is poor. Conor Gallagher's best form at Crystal Palace, it started to mid off a little bit, but his best period was when he was kind of getting into the box and scoring goals. And now, for me, when you look at him, he's got all the energy. He's kind of like a Kante, kind of gets around, but he shouldn't be the one that's picking up the ball off the back four and trying to pass it alongside Jorginho. And then the last one is... who did I say? I said Mount. Sorry, the last one is what's going on with Kai Havertz? What is going on with Kai Havertz, bro? Because I'm a fan of him, but for me, he's a bust. Let's be honest. For me, Havertz is a Prem bust. Now he got the goal in the Champions League, which is fantastic. But
what's the Diego Forlan thing?
We have to be honest, bro. I'm a fan of Havertz. Bro, he's not cutting it, bro. He's not cutting it. Chelsea have to replace him, bro.
And the thing is this season there's no Lukaku. I feel like they're gonna give him that false line to really make it his own.
They might not, bro.
New season, new trim.
You don't have time. He actually doesn't have time. There's a reason why they're going after striker. With the misprofiling thing.
Should Mason Mount be playing where he's playing?
No, it's not. But again, this goes back to...
So he should change his formation?
What this is what I want to go... So I saw a thing and it was like, Reece James is not a right centre-back. It was basically like 5 players and it's like, you're trying to fit people into something. And it's okay when Guardiola does stuff, it's different because it's like the system is so intricate and, the small space, all that type of stuff. What's going on here is like we're forcing people half-heartedly into positions and telling them to
square
perform.
pegs into round holes.
Thank you. And over a while, it will catch up with you because people go, hold on, I don't think he wants that. I don't think he likes that. Or I don't think he's got the big thing to do that. Even when I was looking at the Sterling thing, I was thinking to myself, I said, rah, you know what? Yeah, it's a good signing, but boy, we got to look carefully because it's that we're expecting Sterling to come into this side and just go and score mad goals. And it's like, how? How is he supposed to do that in this side? So it's like
Chelsea are using Sterling like Hazard. They are giving him, using him like
freedom.
And,
please,
and no
something.
Disrespect to Sterling, he's not Hazard. Hazard has been that from Lille days. I'll get the balls. I recovered.
You covered.
So he's been that from Lille days.
That was a good one. That was a good one.
I'm sharp. So he's been that from Lille days. Like, give me the ball, let me cook. You know what I'm trying to say? Raheem Sterling came into the league like that, but then he spent such a long period in a system, in a way, and that's how he became Raheem Sterling. And now he's in Chelsea. You need chances created and stuff for him. And it's the same thing with Aubameyang. That's why when I'm seeing an Aubameyang, Sterling, Mount, front 3, man, I'm chilling, bro. That don't scare me. Yeah. I'm telling you, that don't scare me because who's going to create the chances there? Who's going to create? Because Sterling's getting on the ball.
And it's not like there's a person in the half space behind them to do
This is what I'm saying. So that's what I feel. For me, Tuchel has to drop that formation. It doesn't suit the Chelsea players anymore.
Because initially when he came...
It's a quick one. It's like, if you're going to go something, go for it. Because let's go back to this whole Loftus-Cheek right wing back thing. The reason why it's done is because it's a progressive 4-2-2-2 thing, right? And it's like, obviously formations are fluid and changes and stuff, right? But it's like, you've made it clear that Reece James on that right side is, so important. You've put so much emphasis on the wing backs being that if you stick to something, you can't blend the mold. I get some games you got to change your approach, but it's like you're probably confusing the players now. At one point, like Loftus-Cheek was playing midfield by himself. I was like,
at the end of the game, he got ridiculous.
It was we're playing 4-1. It was like 4-1, 5 something, and it's like this is the 3rd game of the season, and then. To not go too deep into it, I look at the sort of players that we're linked with and I get a bit worried because ultimately rumours are rumours, right? But all the profiles are different. It's like, what are we trying to achieve? What do we want to do? Who do we want to bring in? What is the sort of the foundation of what we're going to be? Because it's like...
I've told you about Tuchel's ID.
Different, this, different, that.
Told you about this guy's talent ID.
But this is what I want to get to because for me, I feel like he's in big danger this year. You can't afford too many more results like that. And maybe in the Abramovich era, it would have been like, yo, you get 2-3 of these, then you're out the door. I feel like this summer now, you've got the Lukaku scenario out the window. You're getting your window. There's nothing to hide behind. And initially when he came in, he was getting the plaudits and everything because he came, looked at Lampard's thing and said, you know what? I have a system that can fit these square pegs into square holes. Now all of a sudden he's gone, I feel like, too far the other way where it's like, this system worked and this is it. I think in January when he played us, he showed he can switch it up with the back four.
Yeah.
And I'm surprised you haven't tried to do something where it's a little bit more towards that. Because even, do you remember you touched on in pre-season where he might switch to the four this year? And I'm like, as you said, when you just named like 4 or 5 players like that who are all actually out of position and look out of position, it's like,
why would you change it?
We can't keep blaming these players. At some point, we've got to look at the man on the touchline and say, bro, you're putting... I saw a great tweet that said, I felt sorry for Milner, but at some point when you put a chimpanzee in a rocket car and he drives a rocket car and crashes it, do you blame the chimpanzee or the person who put the car? I said, yo, you have to look at the man who put the chimpanzee in the car.
No, that's facts. No, that's facts. Like, look, what we always say, a good manager minimalizes weaknesses, maximizes strength.
Absolutely.
I don't think Tuchel's doing that.
He's gone too far rocket science.
I don't think he's doing that at the moment at Chelsea. That's what I don't think. So I would say, I wouldn't say it's crisis or anything, but it's definitely worrying times because you think about it, is that formation being kept because of the wing backs, or is it because he wants Thiago Silva in the team? That's what I need to know, because I don't think he wants Thiago Silva in a 4-4-2. In a back four.
Well, that would explain Fofana and Koulibaly.
Or is it because he thinks or is he because he's a wing back type of manager? I don't really know what Tuchel's doing. I don't really know what's the reason.
It's the whole thing.
You're telling me Reece James can't do that as a right back?
But here's the thing, Conte loves a wing back, and he switches between a 3-4-3, 3-5-2. There's variations within that.
It's the three, like your foundation is your foundation. When you're going from my thing is live by a sword, die by a sword. If he stuck with the 3 at the back and he kept it and it's like, okay, cool. But it's like when you're trying to do flux and then you're not doing the flux that's even helping your players. Like, again, I'm sorry, you can't start those 2 against Leeds.
Excuse me, boss. What team do you support?
Fuck Chelsea.
Let's move on.
But now we got to give Leeds some juice, though. Because I felt like, man for man, they actually dominated.
The press.
It was a culmination. The press was incredible. I felt like it was a culmination of their work rate, your bad luck, and your poor performance. But they capitalized. And I thought this season was going to be, you lost Calvin Phillips.
No, what did I say? The signings.
And then they brought in Roca,
Adams and Aronson.
Bro,
that is what you
Leeds
call.
have signed well,
what you call. I have an issue.
That's so, I'm going to chill out.
Let me address it.
I'm going to let
Calvin
you cook.
Phillips, you dictate. All right, cool. I'm just going to get someone that's going to run around for 90 minutes.
No, they got Roca. Roca's a baller.
Runs around for
Rodrigo finally turning up 2 years later.
No. Let me say something.
It's a good start.
No, do you know what we have to bear in mind here? They bought a striker and played in midfield. It's like the Joe Linton thing. They put him up top for the first time he scores goals. No, he played more forward than what he was playing. They were playing him deep.
He was playing left forward for Valencia.
They were playing him bareback.
They were playing him forward, I get it, but
they were playing him bareback. He's finally playing forward.
Fair enough.
That's how you play.
Hey, this episode's mad. That's how you feel on a Monday.
Man, strap up. We don't promote that here. But listen, Jesse Marsh, big him up, man. He's doing his thing. His talent ID so far has been good. And he's been showing a bit of fire on the touchline. You see him run down the touchline against you, man. Mocking Tuchel against Conte, yeah? I see Conte. At the end of the game, Tuchel tried to give him a little bit of a shaky handshake. I was like, brother, Marshall moved to you too, you know?
Tuchel is frying under that cap, bro. There is a lot.
Put on a little polo, some dead ankle swingers, and now he thinks he's
club is mad. I'm watching Tuchel very closely.
He needs to. It's still early in the season, get it right. But also, what I was gonna say is with the ID thing, they wanted to go for that Mo Kamara route as well. So imagine it's like they've identified we don't need the best players, we just need profiles that are gonna help us progress. On that though, do you know who's done that as well?
Brighton.
Newcastle and Brighton. Let's talk about Newcastle though in the City game. Barclays. Heritage.
Great game.
I think
Newcastle are doing very well.
Let me ask the question because someone tweeted to us. I forgot who it was, but shout out for sending it in. Do Newcastle have the minerals to try and get top 6?
Bro, I think Newcastle can make a lot of noise this season. What's that?
Stormzy pulling up on Monday Night Football. That is so random.
I said murky, key. Why wasn't you there?
That is so random, innit?
Where's you? Where are you? Where's HP?
I think Newcastle is all credit down to Eddie Howe's work that he's doing at the moment. He's doing a great job. because they've spent money, but it's not like they've gone absolutely berserk.
It's
you know what I
smart
mean?
money,
It's
man.
been smart. So
Trippier
you got to give him credit. Bruno G still balling.
Dan Burn they got
Trippier, what a goal. What a
Wilson.
goal. Flashbacks to England recreation, mate. I almost cried. I fell down to my knees, bro. The
kids are
And
crying.
the law came. But listen, literally, I feel like Newcastle might be able to make some secret noise this season. But Man City, in a way, you can criticize their performance because Newcastle were the better team for me. But only Man City come out of that game with a point. Only Man City.
That KDB pass.
Bro, you actually you said something about KDB. You said the
case.
yeah, well,
The
go on,
case is
repeat
getting
it on
stronger
here.
for me. I said the case for him to be the greatest Premier League midfielder for me, year by year, I feel like in a game like that where I felt like it's on the line, you need your team to pull it back. I was like, listen, a pass like that, I
Through
don't
the
know
legs.
the cake. Through the legs, bro. The technique, you didn't think the
You
pass
know
was
in
getting
Wanted
there.
when they were curving the bullets
But
around
it's-
the.
I ain't watched
the
it.
But for
oh,
me,
right,
it's,
you
it's the
don't know the full, man.
consistency year after year. Last season, we were seeing in the back end big games against Chelsea. He was pulling it out, and I'm like, bro, what can this guy not do? Like we say Lampard, it's the goals. KDB's got goals. We say Gerrard, it's the all action, everything. When it comes to the attacking side of the game, KDB's all action. You ask him to do anything, he can do it. So for me, it's like, is it just, he's one of the modern day players we're currently watching. We can't put him in that bracket yet. I'm like, nah, I think we're witnessing greatness. And I don't want it to be
definitely are.
a
We are
conversation where it's, after he's retired 3 years, now we can put him in. Nah, bro, what I'm seeing now, I can't deny. That's one of the, I'm looking at it like that's the greatest Premier League midfielder.
It feels like
Do you
there's
think
been
it's the best?
variations
I'm
of it.
starting to
You know, I wouldn't say
starting to think I'm
hear
not
you.
there yet.
Yeah.
When
Nah,
I arrive there, I will announce it.
Yeah, I think
But
you know
it's
what,
getting there. The case is getting stronger
I
year
think
by year.
KDB is definitely one of the best. He's definitely one of the best. Like, you know, there's some people that you look at and you can play in any era. KDB can play in any era. He's quality, and he has more quality than some of the greats that we talk about. But I don't think he's the best yet. I still think there's too many players that have done a lot
What
of
does
things.
it
But
take to be
he's
the best?
just as he was saying, just more consistency, more time, and more moments. Let's see what happens.
It's-
Really,
it's-
it's hard to kind
Because he's
of.
got the winning.
Because I was
He's
going to say,
got the
on Prem
consistency.
titles, he's cooking. In terms of like
Individual
individual
accolades.
moments.
I can't
He's got
ignore.
moments.
Sorry, I just can't ignore times when Man City, when he was injured, and Man City still went on and win the league. Like, I don't forget them moments. No, it was
you
two
hold-
times.
you hold
It was
that
two
too
times.
much against
It was
him, I
two
think.
times.
That's
It was
not-
two
I hear
times.
you.
That's not a
That's
slight
the
on him.
pet
though.
That's not a
machine.
slight on him.
That's
but
a respect to what
no,
the
it's not a
team
slight
done.
on.
No,
No,
I guess
no,
the
it's not a
example-
slight on.
No, I hear
Wait,
you.
let me. I'm not saying it's a slight on him, but
Yeah.
you were just saying about the titles and stuff.
Yeah.
Bro, Gundogan carried them to 2 titles, mate.
Gundo the Great.
Gundo the Great. He's
I'll
the
tell you what, I
best.
say
He's,
this,
for me, he's the best centre mid in the league.
And not to detract anything, but it's like, you know when Roy Keane wasn't available, you know when Roy Keane wasn't
Cameron
available
Gundo,
for
yeah,
United
is a
and it all
bondage.
collapsed. You know when Roy Keane wasn't available for United with the injury and it all
Yeah.
collapsed. Is that sort
Yeah,
of the
but
stuff
no,
that
it's
goes
not. It's
into-
not a disrespect to KDB.
No, I'm not saying
because-
disrespect,
but
but I'm
what
saying in
just
terms of
is
the
like-
thinking around it.
Yeah,
like-
but what I'm saying, because what happens is as time passes on, you forget everything that happened in certain seasons, and I think people forget that. Like, yo, there was a time when he wasn't there. Bernardo took over. Gundogan took over. We remember these moments?
It
I
happens.
remember
Yeah,
these
yeah,
moments.
yeah.
But the thing is, one thing that I could say is that when you go back to the past, when you start looking back at the past, you always think everyone just did well. You don't think about the seasons where guys
didn't
were
do
mid.
well,
Like,
yeah.
I remember when Scholes was mid for about 2-3 seasons. You know what I mean? And then he came back 06, 07. Then he went on again. But he was
David
mid
Silva,
for a
big
little
games
bit.
would get hooked.
David Silva getting hooked in big. Yeah, no, for real. But
People
I just
forget
think,
these things.
it's hard, man. I like to now, honestly, yeah. When we have these discussions, I really think it needs to just be defined by generations and stuff. I just think it's too hard to be doing all of this kind of.
I think
Yeah, it's
it
too
will
hard,
always
bro.
happen though. As fans,
Yeah, it's
you
part
always
of the game.
compare.
It's part of the game.
I'm just saying. I just think for when you have that discussion of Gerrard, Lampard, Yaya Toure had that peak here, Vieira, KDB's name needs to start getting.
Don't-
100%.
don't
No,
smite his
KDB for
name.
me is
Yeah,
surpassed.
No, a lot
there
of people
doesn't need to
smite
be
the
the.
name.
Nah, he's a
Yeah.
new gen.
What do you
Not
mean?
yet,
Yeah.
man. He's in there.
Yeah. Go on.
Quick one. Have you any of you got him in your top 5?
Prem all time.
Not all time, just midfield.
Midfielders.
Midfield Prem all time.
Yes. I think I might have him scraping 5th potentially.
Really?
That's what I mean by. For me personally,
Scraping.
this is.
I don't
Who-
know.
I
okay,
I
can
don't
I
know.
ask a
I
question?
my
Rate
top
KDB
5.
Because
high,
we
man.
haven't got a lot of time, so
We need to touch on Arsenal.
But who are you kicking out? Because you're saying he might script to
I
fifth.
don't know. I haven't. I have to be.
I still think
Yeah.
about. I still think
But
about.
I think in
Who's
my
getting
opinion,
kicked out, bro?
I'm forcing him in, shoehorning
I hate
him
you.
in.
I still think maybe we'll see. I don't know. We'll see. But let's go into Arsenal because listen, I've had so many messages from Arsenal fans.
Top of the league.
They hate how it looks. You see on the YouTube when you do the thing, they're like, how come Arsenal's is this small?
Chelsea
Let's
just 20
give
minutes.
Arsenal a good
Top of
10
the
minutes.
We don't even. We'll give them a good.
Champion
We'll
of the
give them
week
a good
hype.
7.
We'll do champion of the week
7.
2. One name.
No,
is
we'll
cool.
give them 7.
Okay, cool.
Top of the league. 3 out of 3.
They say you specifically are a hater, big
but
hater.
I
Every
support
week
Chelsea.
they say you're a hater.
Should be me, innit?
Innit?
Nah,
Yeah.
I
They
hate
say
Arsenal.
you are a big,
You
big
know what
hater.
Henry used to do to Chelsea, bro? Come on, man. Come off it, bro. And they still
won it,
got,
my
and they still
grounds.
have an Henry juice. It's still producing for them. Come on, man. But
Yeah.
no, top of the league.
Bro.
Only team, 100% record. Amazing performance. Amazing performance. Jesus, the fans are already calling him. They're saying it already.
Listen, R9 was at the real North London Stadium, yeah, respect it.
They're
Watching
saying
the
it
real
already.
R9.
Saliba is saying, listen,
Bro, Saliba.
I'm here. This Premier League thing, all right, cool, I'm here.
Bro,
He's saying
that
I'm
guy
here.
is, bro.
Good
listen,
sensation.
Nah, I'm telling you.
Good sensation.
You know when you get a feel for somebody, yeah, in terms of like, just when you see someone, you're like, this guy has got it, yeah. Saliba,
You see?
He's the perfect
got it.
profile. for
He's
Premier League.
excellent.
And I want to ask you, because it seems like we're all in agreement here with Saliba, yeah? Some people are saying, it's too early. It's
Nope,
3 games.
it's not.
How you lot disgassed off 3 games? And
He's the right profile.
have you, like, what is it that makes you so certain this guy is him?
For me, yeah, the reason why I would say Saliba is him is because, fam, first and foremost, physically, his profile is perfect for the Premier League.
Linebacker.
He's got he's got pace, he's got strength, he's not afraid to head, he's not afraid to lead. He already looks like a young leader, yeah, for me. On the ball, he's not the greatest, but he picks out the
good
right
enough.
passes. He had 100% pass completion
Against Bournemouth.
He picks out the right passes. It doesn't look as smooth as a Rio as people try and say, but he picks out the right passes. And you made a good example about about Kompany. I see that because Kompany in his peak before the injuries, fast, strong, headers,
Very all-rounded.
wasn't the greatest on the ball, but he'll pick out the right pass, give it to the better players and play. For me, I look at Saliba and I'm just like, this guy is made for it. And the feeling that I'm getting, it gives me the feelings like, nah, he won't even do 5 years at Arsenal. Surely he's just gonna get snapped up by a Real, by a Barca or something one day. Because honestly, yeah, you know I don't get gassed on players. Saliba is it. Saliba
Do you know what
is it.
I'm looking at now? Who they think? Because ultimately he came from the loan and everything. People waiting. He's number 1 dog there.
He was a young player of the year in
Yeah,
France.
yeah.
But he's not a muck.
No, he's number 1 dog now, and it's about who do they think is the best partner for him? Because we've spoken.
I'm not a muck.
Because
Jesus.
obviously
All tight.
at some point Ben White won't continue playing right back.
Yeah.
So it's like
No, Ben White's a right back now. He's not coming back to the centre
I
unless
think
Gabriel
Tom-
falls off.
I
Even
think-
Tomiyasu when he comes back, I think Ben White is showing to be more technically and being able to get involved in the final third.
But based on what we've even spoke about, who do you think would be a better partner for
it's a good
Saliba?
problem to have.
No,
but I think
no,
Ben
Gabriel. Sorry, Fuad. Gabriel and Saliba is a perfect partnership. Yeah, Arsenal
they
fans might
complement
talk.
each
Bro, if I'm a striker, I don't want to play against Gabriel and Saliba, bro. Which one am I going to go and
One
target?
is aggressive, the other one is strong,
Super
quick, and
composed.
Yeah, which one am I going to go and target and be like, I want that one? If Ben White plays, no
I
disrespect
think
to him.
Gabriel maybe you can get at a
Of
little
course,
bit, I'll
because
be
it's
honest.
A and B, innit? You think about it, A and B. But I'm just saying, like, look, obviously, if I saw Sol Campbell
But
or Toure,
that's
I'll
what's
probably
so
go
funny
to Toure.
for me
but
is
But that's why I'm asking the
within
question.
3 games, everyone's already anointed
He's him.
Saliba the A
He's him.
centre back. Like there's no
him.
Gabriel's a more seasoned.
No.
Ben White's
You
the
can
50
see it.
mil.
You can
That's
see
the
it.
A.
No, you can
and
see
you
it.
can, and that's the
You
thing.
can
I
see
think
it.
sometimes you can see it. It's a similar thing like when Van Dijk came in at
That's
Liverpool.
what I was about
That
to say.
aura,
Yeah.
as they say.
Yeah.
You can see. I knew that would have not. Listen, it's the same thing I said. And now you're getting this kind of new Saliba, Romero. You try throwing Koulibaly in there shamelessly, but I like
He
this
just
kind
couldn't-
of.
he couldn't keep up with the
There's
pace.
a young
He'll
breed
be
of
back.
centre backs that are coming up,
He'll
and I
be
think
back.
Saliba is one of the
But
big faces of that.
Bro, even the thing with Arsenal at the moment, yeah, they've actually in all their profiles, they've got the correct. How we're talking about profiles for, how we're talking about profiles for Chelsea being wrong. Arsenal at the moment have got all their profiles right.
Yeah.
The only thing that I would say with Arsenal, but first and foremost, the way Jesus is playing in terms of his
Insane.
hold up, his dribbling, everything that he's doing, it's infectious at the moment. They got to keep that up. 3 wins from 3, complete opposite from last season. But it's not only that. Partey in that midfield. I know whatever's going on. But Partey in that midfield, Xhaka being allowed
box to
Wait, hold on.
box.
Xhaka being allowed
Box
to
to
do this
box.
box to box. Do you know why he can do
Unsung
that now?
hero.
But do you know why he can do it and it can work? Because they got Zinchenko that's allowed to play interior, bro. It's beautiful, bro. It's nice to see.
And
bro.
on the
I'm
other
not gonna
side,
lie, bro.
under Ben White, because he's naturally, you know, centre half, he's not bumming up and down. I'm just gonna chill here.
Yeah,
I don't need
but
to do
one
too much.
only thing I would say is they need to get, which they are targeting Neto.
Another Wenger.
They need to relieve Saka from game time. You did a good point with this. He's got 2,000 and something more minutes than Foden.
2,000 more minutes, more
100
than
minutes.
But 100 games
Foden.
each.
They've got 100 games each.
In Saka's, which is from your stats, in Saka's 100 games that he's played, he started 88. He's 20.
They're trying to kill him.
88
The
Premier
soap
League
is
starts.
getting
They're trying
soaked.
to kill him.
Bro, you know what I mean? So I think Arsenal, if Arsenal can get a Pedro it's Pedro, isn't it?
Pedro, yeah.
Pedro Neto or anyone like that, then they can cook, bro. No cap, but they do need to release Saka because I haven't been too impressed with Saka. I'm not gonna lie.
He's
Of
tired,
late,
man.
but he's tired. Yeah, he's young.
tired.
You don't want him to burn
We've
out,
seen
man.
it with Rashford.
Tired.
He's
Mhm.
tired, man.
Yeah.
You've got, he's tired.
He's
man.
Nigerian, shoving any excuse for the boy, innit?
he's-
I'm watching you, lot.
Wait until Kulusevski starts 88
But,
games. Yeah, you see. This guy's
That was quickly. You mentioned Brighton.
Arteta's men.
You mentioned Brighton. Potter. Anything you want to say? How they doing? So
Listen,
far?
man.
Top manager.
I rate it. I can't lie. I was always a little. Listen, people know the only reason why I was really anti-Potter was I didn't want him at that time. I didn't feel like he was the right manager to take over that situation. But what he's doing at Brighton, I think every single year you see this hidden gem that he finds. Last year,
Their
Muda.
recruitment.
This year, Miritoma.
And Caicedo.
Casado, like these gems that so their scouting network for me, I think the way they play football, Cucurella even, let's not even forget. But I
So
just
man
think
after season, innit?
consistently now you're looking at Brighton as like, oh no, they're not even relegation
No way,
candidates.
yeah.
You look at them as like secure mid-table. I'm looking at them this season. Can you lot make that next jump to Conference League? Best of the rest. West Ham dropping off a little bit. Leicester dropping off a little bit. Newcastle, okay. Wolves potentially going to be there.
A little bit of noise.
Palace
Wolves need a
maybe.
striker. Wolves need a striker.
Yeah, but I'm saying that kind of best of the rest tag is there to be got at this year. And I think
It's a shout.
Brighton could be one of them.
With Brighton, the thing that they have is because from that
Big up Welbeck. I can't lie.
This remontada.
More
Yeah,
pay,
yeah,
This
bro.
yeah.
remontada.
trying to get on the plane,
Finally
man. Trying to get on
coming
the
in.
plane.
Hey, yo.
Trying to get on the
But,
plane.
Fair,
but having
fair.
a striker who can actually offer you a threat
Yeah.
rather
It
than
makes so
more
much of a
pay who
difference.
just feels like is a
Some
lost cause,
antagonist.
bruv.
Yeah.
Yeah, literally. Just there to annoy man
people.
and score against Arsenal once a year.
But in terms of their centre forward, they always spread out the goals. One will get 7, 8. Gross will come and chip in. But they just have to manage that. You know, all these Premier League teams are like that. They'll have that spell where it's like, for 5 games, it's just dudgery. It doesn't click.
Yeah,
Bounce
yeah,
back
yeah.
again.
They go through that.
It's like, how do you, all of those teams, and that's what I'm looking at Newcastle, how do you progress post that? How do you impose yourself that you're not that? But we were saying it, the Premier League at the moment is lively. That Saturday, people were saying dud fixtures, lively. This is like what I've been trying to say for a few years, where those top teams were gone, but I feel like the competitiveness between everyone else has gotten closer and closer and closer. Right now, there's probably only 2 teams that you say, oh, okay, dudgery.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I feel like there's more competition. I saw a tweet that was saying with the Tony and Mitrovic beat, we're getting subplots
I
in
love that.
mid-table
I
games.
love that.
We're getting subplots elsewhere. So no, it's dope. On that note, champs and duds of the week.
Jesse Marsh would be my first one I'll give him.
That's a shout. That's a shout.
Great managerial performance, the way he's guiding this ship at Leeds.
They are past the Bielsa stuff.
And having obviously been such a heavy slanderer of his last season. Listen, you give it when a man's doing well, you right the wrongs, bro. You right the wrong. Listen, I
good.
always right my wrongs.
That's
You know what I
good.
mean? I'm a man of
good.
honor.
Who's yours?
Champ of the week. Champ of the week. I gotta give. Who's gonna be the champ of the week? That's a good one. I
wanted
think
to- another one, actually.
champ of the week.
Zaha.
Yeah, just about to say
Wilfred.
Zaha's in that. He's in his contract year at the moment because I think his contract comes up at the end of next season and he's balling. I said, bro, he might be the mid-table GOAT. I mean, if you look through Premier League history, he might be that guy that's never really hit that top teams, but he's really mashed in works for those middle teams, relegation middle teams.
Stalwart.
He's been doing his thing, but for me, I'm happy that he's been able to show more. Last season, was it 11 Premier League goals he got or something like that? I think it is. So he's kicking on and trying to add now stats to his game. And
Ever as well.
any top 6 team that might want a Premier League proven winger for free next summer, he's got to be at the top of everyone's list, surely. And obviously, 100% Arsenal got 3 wins from 3, so that's one of
Yeah.
my champs of the week.
Arsenal deserve a champ for ultimately the
Your
comparison.
boys
The comparison.
there?
Yeah, you know.
No. I mean,
comparison-
Normal.
I mean,
BGB something like
No,
something like
BGB
Yeah,
regular.
yeah,
thing
You
is,
don't
the
need to do
comparison
that.
from last year to this season, 3 losses, no goals scored. To this, you have to give them credit for that.
Yeah.
I want to give credit as well to I'll give credit to all 3 of them because what they did. In fact, Ansu Fati as well is another shout for me. 19 years old. I'm sorry, anyone that tried to rob that guy out, insane, insane.
You man ain't ready for them boots.
He had
Remontada.
what? He had a hamstring injury. What the other one?
Cuz.
Nah, he's done his knee, innit? I
Knee
think
as well.
he's-
9 out for 9 months. The hamstring
Yeah.
kept out for 3 months.
Big him up. What a
that
talent.
kid is insane, bro.
But
I think
finish.
Lewandowski saw him and said, "You? Yeah." Lewandowski tried to do a little back heel after that as well. So I'll give him one. But the Messi, Neymar, and Mbappe thing, what they did in that performance was ungodly. And I think Neymar and Messi in this World Cup cycle gearing up, it's looking scary.
That's what I said.
They're looking
Neymar's activated
scary.
World Cup mode
He's
earlier
on-
than he wanted to.
He's on. I think is it 5 goals, 6
too much
assists
of
already.
this,
But he's got 13 goals and assists in 4 games.
No, but no.
Yeah,
In the
13
league, yeah.
goals and assists in 4
He
games.
is like, it's like.
Neymar, just
They
give us
said-
one more season, Neymar.
And
Just one
listen,
more.
Who sponsors them? Who sponsors PSG?
Oh no. Oh, what? Jordan.
No. Qatar. Where's the World Cup? Their man said, you know what? We are showing out for the franchise.
shit.
We are ready. Their man said, no. Last
Hey,
year.
your boy
what's
Mitro
your
as
story?
well, nah? Got the
What?
winner, bruv.
Who?
Mitro.
Yeah. Mitro's doing well. 3 goals. They said that he won't
Yeah.
get 10 double figures. 3 goals.
The
Post
duds of the week. The duds of the week.
He's clout, man.
Good performance.
That's good shout as well. No, but that's why you're here as well, man. Give your chance.
Walker's my guy.
Hey.
Walker got cooked.
You see,
You sound like bro.
Hey.
I can't lie. Talk to me.
who was injured and missed the game against Newcastle? No win.
Oh.
Wait, do you know?
Wait,
no,
wait.
no, let me
You know
finish.
my dad.
Let me finish.
You know
Let
my
me-
dad.
you- because you're just gonna about make things up. But listen, you know what? You know what Pep
Miggy.
said? You know what Pep said? You know what Pep said? We lost control without Grealish and Mahrez. We lost control because we tried to go too direct to Phil Foden, who runs in behind, and Haaland.
Why is
I'm
he
sorry.
putting Foden on the
Hey,
bus?
they lost control. Do you know why?
Telling you
Because
now,
Jackie
yeah,
was
that was
on the
City's,
pitch,
that was
dog.
City's best attack with
No blames.
Ronaldo, Foden, KDB,
know that meme?
Gundo, Haaland.
The Pat Bev
Best
meme.
link up. But you know who my dad of the week is, yeah? Certain men who are out here, they talk the most, but they can't back it up.
Look at him. He's making
Certain
things up
man,
now.
yeah,
This is
want
what
to
you call
sign.
hate.
Wait!
This is what you
It's
call
my turn! Yeah? Certain man want to sign 7-year Gucci deals.
Come on, man. we're
But when the
Gucci
real
man.
Gucci steppers like ASM come out and ball out, as you say, they don't want to come
We're
outside.
injured. What does he want us to do?
They
We're
don't want to
injured.
come outside.
gotta be fit for the
Why
minute.
would you fake an injury, big man?
No, it's a-
And then hit this.
Look
Hit
what
this.
they're doing.
Hit this.
They're
Hit this.
accusing- look at the
You
clips, look
talk-
what they're
you
doing.
talk
This
crud
Miggy.
on. You talk crud on Miggy.
And
Miggy
Miggy
turned up. Where was you,
scored.
Jack?
Do you know what? Do
They
you know what Jack
called this
has?
New Jack City.
What is Jack has?
Jack is a Premier League champion, and he's got the
Champion.
Gucci deal.
What
and
did
he's
you
got-
say? What
Hey,
did you say?
Hey,
Bus riders
Hey.
and bus drivers.
man are making.
We know the
listen,
difference.
Man are giving duds.
End
of
the
week.
show.
Man are no, I ain't giving man duds of the week. Man are giving
players
duds
that
of the
don't
week that are injured. This is what you call hate.
This is new.
He's being exposed. This is what you call hate. Man
is
of the
new.
week is for
Man's got to be Chelsea.
Nah, yeah, of course Chelsea and Mendy. But what are we? Is anyone ever gonna speak about what Steven Gerrard is doing at Aston Villa at the moment? He is doing a terrible job. He's doing.
person who's been speaking about.
Oh, sorry,
When
bro.
you lot was trying to.
I didn't hype Gerrard.
The Villa move is fantastic.
I said,
Gerrard
I
hype.
said he should have stayed at Scotland when you lot were saying, "Oh no, this is the perfect move."
Hold on.
I told you
Let
that
me
you should have
tell
stayed
you,
at
but-
Scotland.
bro,
you was it, and I said to you, "Oh, you agreed with me," and you jumped off the shout and said, "Nah, I want to shut up. I'll run the tapes back."
Bro, do you know what?
Watch.
No, but do you know what I don't get?
go on. Let's go.
coming for
Wait,
you,
let's
bro.
go. Let's go. We're
Villa,
getting
Villa,
round still.
Villa keep backing the guy. The Villa have given this guy so
money.
much money and stuff, and he has not done a good job. Apparently, he's done a worse job than Gary Neville at Valencia. When are people going to highlight that? Because for some reason, everyone's like, "Yep, Lampard's getting sacked. Lampard's going. Can you look at my man over there as well? You know, the other guy that was dodging the Euros 2004s and turned up terrible at the World Cups
summarize-
as well. You know,
to
don't
summarize,
sleep on him, fam.
They're saying
Stevie
that,
G hype
They're saying that Gerrard done with the Grealish money what Spurs did with the belt.
with the Bell money. You see, Jack moves on and becomes a champion. Villa be drowning.
Oh my
We move.
gosh.
End the show. End the show. And Liverpool, go get your wins up, man. You guys are looking tired over there, man. Go get your wins up, man. You're looking broke over there, blood. Looking broke over there.
I said this is the new shape. Man said this W is the new shit. And listen, that's another episode. Like, share, subscribe. We'll be back soon. We're out.